Hey everyone, Brian here. Welcome to the second edition of Bonus Stories, the series where I read out random stories or one random story for a video that comes completely out of the blue. Stories I choose tend to be from our own subreddit, link in the description, but sometimes it'll come from another source. Either Scott himself, Mr. Ripper, will come out of the blue and grab me something to read, or I'll lurk the comments in our videos and find the cutest or coolest or saddest or happiest stories possible to read. Sometimes from another forum altogether. This time, it's coming straight out of our own subreddit. This one's called My Bronze Dragonborn and Her Habit of Jumping Out of Windows. COS spoilers, so there's going to be spoilers to a campaign I imagine in this, so be careful. Curse of Strahd players, don't listen in. This is also written by CurlyQ104. This is way too long to be in a video. No, it's not, but I really wanted to share it. Hope those of you have the time to read it all enjoy. Just over 2 years ago, I joined a game on Roll20 of level 4 characters about to embark on the Curse of Strahd train. Toot toot! I created a Bronze Dragonborn Tempest cleric named Tashra, and wrote up a decent backstory about being framed for murder and stowing away on a ship to escape. Tasha joined the party, and one night they were set upon by mist, etc. The first window was in the Hag's windmill/creepy bakery. Tasha was on the second floor, alone with the two daughters, as the rest of the party was on the third floor handling the mother hag. I couldn't get to the stairs for some reason, I don't remember why. Being a Tempest cleric, one of my go-to damage spells was Shatter. My subsequent escape was fairly self-explanatory. Window 2 was on the ground floor of the Vallaki Mayor House. My party was gathered in the only doorway to the front room, trying to fight over each other's heads. Tashra simply smashed the window and walked around to the front door to attack the aggressors from a more advantageous position. Window number 3 was where it started to get interesting. We were at the top of Van Richten's tower after discovering his corpse alongside the freshly vampirized Esmeralda. The fight went well, but seeing that the odds were not in her favor, Esmeralda climbed out the window and began walking down the side of the tower, as vampires do. On my turn, Tashra made it to the window and jumped out, landing on EZ and bringing both of them crashing to the ground. Unfortunately, she got away. Why do vampires have to be resistant to bludgeoning damage? But the moment was still pretty epic. I also agree with this. And at this point, the window saga had turned into a running joke. It was about this time that Tashra revealed her backstory, which included her finding the bleeding body of a noble in his rented room on the second floor of the inn she worked at. The guards had arrived, and not knowing how to explain herself, Tashra ran. You can guess what method she used to escape. This was completely unintentional, but ended up being hilarious when I figured it out. Anyway, back to Strahd. By this point in the campaign, one member of the party, a rogue/divination wizard, had received a dream, presumably from the Raven Queen, depicting him running through Strahd's castle, down some stairs into the crypt area, where he was blocked by a translucent magical field as the rest of the party fought for their lives. In the dream, Tashra was the last one standing just as he made it through the barrier and promptly slew her. Now, being part divination wizard, this character was often referring to fate and signs and destiny. Tashra, on the other hand, hated the idea of a predetermined future, and this often led to tension between the two characters. This will become important in a moment. I don't know how our incredible DM did it, but the dream ended up fitting perfectly into the story. The rogue/wizard eventually got charmed by Strahd, causing him to deceive us into using the teleportation brazier room to accidentally end up in Vallaki, as he stayed behind. He already had the Sun Sword in his possession, which he was able to hide from Strahd using a spell that made the item non-detectable by magic. Our party, believing he had been captured, rushed back to the castle to rescue him. Our other cleric used locate object on the sword, and we followed the false signal down into, you guessed it, the crypt. We were immediately attacked by Strahd, just as the rogue/wizard ran down into the crypt after us. As you can probably see coming, the room was blocked by a magical barrier. Somehow, Tashra became the last one standing, except for our goblin fighter who was playing dead, but it wasn't apparent at the time. Strahd, low on health, exited the room by the 6-foot window that overlooked the mountain cliff. I forgot to mention this earlier, but Tashra had just taken 1 level of Barbarian. She was in the middle of a rage as Strahd fled. Our rogue/wizard called out to her something like, "It's just you and me, Tashra, just like in the dream." I like to think this contributed to what she did next. With the advantage on athletics she had while raging, Tashra climbed the wall and onto the edge of the shattered window. Strahd was standing on the side of the mountain with his spidery vampire powers. I remember the DM describing Strahd's annoyed face at seeing my character appear over the ledge. Tashra yelled, jumped, and succeeded on a contested strength check to grab Strahd on the way down. Our DM pulled me into a private chat to tell me what happened next. As the two of them fell, Strahd asked Tashra why she would sacrifice herself for her friends. Tashra responded that she hoped he would burn in hell. Strahd grinned and told her that she would be the first to burn. As his form began to turn to mist, Tashra continued to fall. She died on impact. She came back as a revenant for the end of the module, and ended up jumping out one last window with the rest of the party as they tried to figure out how to get back to the courtyard of the castle where Strahd was waiting. But that was a little less exciting. TLDR, my character made a habit out of jumping out of windows. Eventually it killed her, but damn was it epic. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, another bonus episode in the books. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to leave a like. I sure did, and honestly, I had fun, Curly Q, so please continue to share more of your stories on the Reddit too. And if you're new here, might I suggest subscribing to the channel? And if you ever like to share a story that you've written, make sure to do so in the comments below or in our subreddit, links in the description. Now stay safe, be happy, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.